fam, and welcome to the 16th episode of MiraStar, Season 2, Episode 6. And in this episode, we are talking about a subject that is quite widely and broadly spoken about, which is climate change, and the issues with climate change, how to solve climate change, and people who do try to solve climate change. And in this episode, I've got Honor. Honor, how are you doing, and how does it feel to be on MiraStar podcasts today?
It feels good to be on your podcast. I think so. Oh yeah, it's just
Nice. So you're very, very excited. So,
yeah,
first question. Do you know who Greta Thunberg is?
yeah, obviously.
What is Greta Thunberg for those who don't know?
Greta Thunberg is it's what's it called again? I forgot. It's a climate change thingy. Forgot how you say it. But she fights for climate change and for animal rights because she feels like this world is just like she thinks about our next generation, and she's just warning us now because she thinks that she doesn't think, she knows that in 2050 or something like that, the world is gonna get worse and all that. She doesn't want our next generation to go through what we go right now. So she's a climate change leader, I think.
Yeah, she's like a climate change activist, a vegan, and stuff like that. So, do you think Greta Thunberg is making a difference?
Yeah, I think so. Because, I know. Because, because someone so young to be having that type of ambition or something so big and trying to fight against people that are really important. Yeah, I think that it's working out. But not a lot of people take her seriously because they feel like she's too young to be doing what she's doing. But I feel like she's gonna make a change in the future, and she is making a change right now.
Yeah, because usually someone at this age wouldn't really be focusing on something like that. And of course, because she's young, people are like, stay in school, you don't know much.
I personally know that if I was her, I wouldn't be able to do what she's doing. I wouldn't be able to go what she's doing because she had to go through a lot to get where she is now. And it's not easy to live that type of lifestyle, and it's not easy to go through the hate because at a young age, she feel like you feel left out. So
especially as and she's even vegan too. Yeah. And of course, imagine how her parents feel that she's receiving so much hate and stuff.
Yeah, because I read that Greta Thunberg, right, at the beginning, she studied that in school, she studied about the animals and what they go through. And the parents, she came home and told the parents that she wanted to be vegan, but her parents didn't take her seriously. So she stopped eating for a while, and then she had anorexia, something like that. So I feel like the fight she was with a lot, it has to be said, could never be me. Yeah,
she put so much risk into it. She even went on this boat or something like that uses oil, and she had an interview in America, and she wasn't there. So she was on a boat for 2 weeks because she's not using a plane.
Yeah, she doesn't like that. It affects climate change.
Yeah. So, what are your opinions on climate change?
My opinion on climate change is okay. Let's start with food, right? With being vegan and all that stuff. Me, I can't force no one to be vegan because I'm not vegan myself. But I might as well stop wasting stuff, start recycling stuff, and when you eat, don't throw the food away and don't buy stuff you're not gonna eat. And just if you're vegan, just fight for it. Go ahead, don't be shy, don't be embarrassed of what you do, don't be embarrassed of your beliefs. Stand up to it, have a voice. You get what I'm saying? So just being vegan in this world is not easy because people don't take you seriously. They make moves about you, they laugh at you on the internet. Greta Thunberg, they used to make moves about her, make fun of her, saying that she should go back to school, that she shouldn't be focusing on all this adult stuff and all that. So
yeah. What is your opinion on veganism?
I feel like it's good to be vegan, but don't force it on other people.
Yeah.
If you're vegan, that's good for you.
Cough.
Don't be going around telling other people be vegan, it's not bad, it's not good, imagine a disease, and not be comparing don't be comparing being vegan to being racist or being homophobic and all that stuff. don't, because it's not, how should I say, like, not a lot of people die because of being vegan, because it's good, but at the same time it's not good, because you need like protein to eat, you need protein to survive and all that, like fish and all that. So you not eating it's gonna make you ill.
And generally, like the bullying is generally really not crush down people mentally. And like, of course, as you said, do not, because you can't really shame someone for eating meat. But of course, it's by the end of the day, it's what they choose to eat. So even if someone chooses to eat meat or not go vegan, do not, go at them for it, because there's nothing much. Because some people are just brought up in houses where they just eat meat every single day,
Yeah.
every single meal they have. So like, it's not easy to become vegan.
And
It's not really something to focus on.
eating meat does not make you a bad person in general. Like, don't be going around telling people that, oh yeah, this person is not nice, this person is not good, she doesn't want to save the world and all that. Because at the end of the day, when you keep on eating the same thing for so many years, stop eating it. It's gonna take you a lot of time and a lot of commitment, because it's not easy. Stop. Like, you see other people eating it, you feel tempted to eat it as well, but you know you can't eat it, and it just doesn't make you a bad person in general. Like, people be saying it in the internet, online, like on TikTok and all that. People be saying that you're a bad person for eating meat, but it doesn't make you a bad person, because at the end of the day, we just brought up like that. Well, our parents eat meat, so they feed us meat, so we can't just reject the food like that because it's time to make it.
Yeah. Why do you think climate change is important?
I mean, it's important for our next generation, because, and the animals as well, they were here before us. So I feel like we're taking over the world. Like, we're not thinking about the animals that much. We're not thinking about them having a life, having a family, them having feelings as well. They're having lives. Like, they're still living this. You get what I'm saying? Like, they're still living this world. Like, this world is not. It doesn't only belong to us. It belongs to them as well.
And we need
So
to
I
take
feel
that
like,
into consideration. It's not only
yeah,
us.
yeah.
And some people are generally like very narrow-minded. They don't think of the people. They just think of, oh yeah, like me. I'm not gonna be there by the time it's like 2090, so that doesn't bother me. Like, of course, you certainly think about the people who will be
Yeah,
there.
because people don't think, like, the ocean, it has increased for like 3 point something whatsoever. That now people, the houses are getting flooded. There are being natural disasters. Like, many people are losing their homes. Many people are dying because of climate change. Like, this summer, no, last summer, you know,
Yeah.
there was fire in ocean in
Yeah.
Mexico. In the UK, the trees were catching fire and all that. Like, it's ruining us. Like, this was gonna it's gonna we just it's gonna end soon. Like, I don't know how to explain it that well, but like, if you keep going like this and we don't make a change now, how are you gonna make a change in the future when it's gonna be way worse than what it is right now? So
Yeah,
yeah.
because it's like the grandchildren that is doing that. So if you're gonna be so selfish and self-centered that yeah, it won't bother me. But what about your grandchildren? People with your blood, people with your genes, your genetics, and you're like, it doesn't bother me, but it's your children, your children's children, your children's children's children. So it just goes on like a marathon. You
Yeah,
cannot
exactly.
just
We're just
think
living
for yourself.
we're just living in the present right now. We don't think about the future. We don't think about what could happen to other people. Even if we're dead, right? Are you trying to die being known as the person who you didn't try? At least me when I grow up and I die, I want to be dead. I don't want to be dead. You get what I'm saying? I want people to know me as, yeah, someone
Yeah,
that
someone who
tried their
cared.
best. Yeah, someone who cared. Like, even if I couldn't achieve what I wanted to achieve, at least I know people saw the way I was trying my best. I was trying my hardest to make my next generation be proud of me, to make my next generation have a better life than I do.
Yeah. How long do you think it would take for climate crisis to end?
Hmm. I don't think it will ever end. That's
True.
it can't end. Like, it happens. It can't end. We can just make it. We can make it decrease, but it can't end.
Yeah.
It's there just to be there. You get what I'm saying? But like, yeah, we can just make it decrease a little. I don't think we can make a big change because we didn't think about it. We didn't think about it when it was happening. Now that it's getting a little bit serious, that it's getting a little bit more serious now, and it's actually affecting us a lot. I don't feel like it can go away.
Yeah, because climate change has always been around. It's just not been severe or bad. Because like in the olden times, they didn't have cars, vehicles like we do now. They don't use as much factories. Like during the Industrial Revolutions, that put a lot of gas in the air, which is the peak for gases and pollution in the air. So what can you do to help climate change?
Stand up for it. Like, if you believe in this, stand up for it. Like, if you're vegan and you want to provide for the people that what you're doing is good, and you want to make other people join your community, stand up for it. Have a voice. Own up to it. Like, don't be shy. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be thinking. Like, obviously you're gonna get judged, but like, let's use high school as an example. Okay, you're always gonna be judged for what you do. Like, imagine, if okay, in high school when you get new grades and you start wearing makeup in year 7, a lot of people are gonna judge you. They're gonna say that you're doing too much. That, oh yeah, you're trying to seek for attention. That you're being a pick-me. That you've been, you and I know a lot of people in our high school who that are being called a pick-me.
People are always gonna be judging you. Whatever you do
it doesn't matter what you do. But if you don't wear makeup, if you don't wear mascara, if you don't wear lip gloss, if you don't do your eyelashes, if you don't do your hair properly, body, exactly. If you don't do it, people are gonna say, if you put more effort, you're gonna look like this. You should put more effort.
You don't wear makeup, you're ugly. If you do wear makeup,
exactly. You don't wear makeup, you're ugly.
You do too much.
Yeah, because me in primary school, I didn't wear mascara. I was embarrassed to let my hair down. I always had my hair in a ponytail. I didn't have lip gloss on, like nothing. I had nothing on my face. But like when I came to high school, I felt like I had to do it. It's not that, oh yeah, you can do it if you want to. I felt like I had to do it because I feel like if I don't do it, people will see me as, because obviously no one wants to be known as the relevant one. No one wants to be known as, oh yeah, you get me? Like people, I personally want to be known as a good person. I don't want people to know me as mean girls. That's what they call, or what my friends do. So that's what, like, everyone's gonna judge you. It doesn't matter what you do, they're gonna judge you. So you might as well just stand up to it. Don't listen to what they're saying. Listen to yourself. Make yourself feel better about what you do. Don't let other people's opinions affect you.
Yeah. What is your opinion on people who ignore the people who tell them to do the right thing? So, like, what is your opinion on the people who be rude to the people who tell people to do the right thing? Tell them not to do it.
I feel like if you don't want to do it, don't do it. It's not by force. They're not forcing you. They're not about to kill you. Get what I'm saying? Just if you don't want to do it, just ignore it and be you. Just be you. Do your own thing. Do what you feel like doing. Don't be hating on other people's beliefs. And just do you.
Yeah. What do you think that wars impacted climate change, like World War I, World War II, like how they let out gases in the air, bombs? Do you think that affected it?
Yeah, it did. Because probably if that never happened right now, or climate change would have been a little bit, but it would be a lot better than what it is now. It won't have the same effects it has today. But at the end of the day, back then it wasn't that severe. People didn't consider it that much. It wasn't something you will see in the news. It wasn't something you will see people talking about. So at the end of the day, I can't blame them because they didn't know it was going to cause this in the future. They didn't know it was going to have such consequences. But
because you can't really blame them, but at the same time, it's not the best, approach to it. Do you think climate change is caused by humans?
Yes, I feel like it's caused by us because if we never did what we did, if we didn't be the factories and all that stuff, if we never did it, if we never created it, the world would have taken this things would have gotten this far. Maybe climate change would still be a thing, but it wouldn't be what it is now.
Yeah.
And animals that are getting extinct, like the pandas, like what's it called again? Sloths, elephants, giraffes. They're slowly going away. Like,
Yeah.
yes, we have to own up to it, but like, how? Just the problem is how how can one person, like Greta Thunberg, how can one person change everything? That's all.
But I do see that there is actually a lot of progress. Like, for example, there's something called COP26 or something like that, where people are looking at climate change to help it.
I
There's
haven't heard of
Team
that yet.
C's with Mark Rober and Mr. Beast. Like, many people are coming together to help with climate change because people are actually opening their eyes. They're becoming woke because they're seeing, like, the stuff that climate change is affecting. But it's doing massive. Just because people are under the roofs of their houses, watching TV or on their phone and reading books, does not mean whatever else is happening outside of their house does not happen. So just because you don't know about it doesn't mean that they don't happen. So some people just need to genuinely wake up. So do you think personally you have something to do with climate change?
Yeah. Yes, true.
Do you think that you have something to do with climate change?
Yes. Yeah, I think so. But at the end of the day, it's not really my fault because this is the way I was brought up. Like, the way they say that your adults reflect the actions your parents do, it reflects on you. Like, it reflects on so I feel like if it reflected on me, because I'm African, most of our tradition food have like a lot of meat, like meat pie, all that stuff is a lot of meat, sugar, and all that stuff. So that's the way I was brought up. I was brought up to be this person I am today. So I was always fed with meat and all that. And my mom, my mom is not skinny, my sister's not skinny, and I'm the skinny one in my family. So me not eating meat is gonna make my mom start thinking that, oh yeah, I'm not healthy enough, that, oh yeah, I need to eat more and all that. So yeah, I feel like if I stop eating meat, I won't have that much to do with climate change. But yeah, I also need to recycle a lot because I don't take food I know I'm not gonna eat. I don't waste food at all. Like last year I didn't waste food, like never. Haven't wasted food, and this year I haven't wasted food either. So I don't have that much to do with climate change, but I'm trying my best not to get involved that much.
Yeah. Saying because generally, if you think about it, of course, children or teenagers, they have something to do with climate change, like buses. For example, let's go more into school buses then. School buses, there are only children and the driver on school buses. If there was no children, there'd be no school bus. No point in it. What's the point?
Yeah.
So they would just remove school buses. Less pollution in the air from the bus. Let more people eat meat, because since children, they don't have the choice to become vegan most of the time. So they're just brought up to eat meat. So children eating meat. If there was no children eating meat, there would be less of an impact with killing animals and stuff like that. So it all just links up together. Not maybe because personally myself, I've not actually really done much or committed to climate change. Like, I've not done anything severe that actually has a big impact.
Same.
Like, I didn't get some big bomb or something like that, put it in the middle, and then let out a bunch of fumes and stuff like that. So of course, just because I've not made not a big impact, doesn't mean I've not made a little tiny. How severe do you think climate change is?
But I don't think that it's so severe, but I feel like it is severe. Like it is serious.
Yeah.
It is something we should be taking action on. But I don't think I've gone to that point where we have to leave countries and all that. I mean, it has a little, but it's not that severe. It is a little bit. Yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's like it's not that big severe, but
Yeah.
it's at high time we actually have to do something about it. Because if we don't do anything now, then we'll get to that point where it's big.
Now the problem is that if we don't do it, who's gonna do it?
Yeah. Because if everyone has the
Because
same mindset to not do it,
yeah.
then no one else will do it. No one will start.
So I feel like
yeah.
I feel like parents should give their kids like an option to choose what they want to eat.
Yeah.
I mean, I know not all parents are the same. Some of them do give their kids an option to what to eat and all that. But
And there's
another
something
parent
called like the civilian effect, or it's called the bystander effect, which means say something happened. Say like
yeah.
for example, someone was getting killed on
Yeah.
the street, and there's a bunch of people watching.
Yeah.
It would only take one person to step in and do something, and everyone else will join. That's called the bystander effect.
Oh.
So it only takes one person to step in, and then everyone, like, it just in your mindset, it's psychological. People will actually come in and join in to help you. Like,
Yes.
for example, George Floyd. If someone joined in, like, to help him, more people would have, of course, came in to help. Because that's the bystander effect.
But
I've seen a video on it.
Yeah, I've seen the video. It just, since no one took action, okay, because if you see someone doing something, you know what they tell us in class. You know when we go to school and they'll be like, oh, just because one person did this doesn't mean you gotta do it as well.
Yeah.
No, that's what the teachers always been. At least that's me. That's what the teachers have always been telling me since like one and all that. They always tell me that just because one person does something doesn't mean you gotta do it as well, because you don't know the consequences that person can get in that action. So I feel like yeah, it's true, because let's use beauty standards. Let's use beauty standards right now. You know, when someone does something new and other person likes it, like for example, you know Kim Kardashian, she got plastic surgery to make her body look good, like make her look thick. So other people, like one person saw her body and said that, well, yeah, I like it as well, so let me go get it. And when that one person does it, other people are gonna try to do it as well, because it's a beauty standard. Like if you do it, people are gonna think that, oh yeah, you look good, this is you, like people are gonna be proud of you. And like, how should I say it? Like, you know, girls, like, well, not all of them, but most of the girls will dress up for boys to feel like, oh yeah, we look good. We want approve. We want approve from the boys. And we want guys, even if we don't like the guy, we want guys to ask out. So then after we can just reject them. Like, not reject them, but like, you know, a guy asking us out, it's gonna make you feel pretty. It's gonna make you feel wow.
Yeah, sometimes it's just generally like for yourself, like you feel
yeah,
comfortable,
you just feel
like
for yourself,
it.
exactly. So it's gonna a guy like, I look good. I was looking good. If that one person sees it, that means every other guy sees it as well. And yeah, it's just gonna make you feel beautiful. It's gonna make you feel good. So yeah, I feel like if one person does something, other people will try to join in as well. But if one person doesn't do it, other people won't do it as well.
Yeah. So, which country do you think impacts climate change negatively the most?
USA.
Sure. I think it is actually USA too. It's either I think it's USA and China.
Yeah, China a lot, because China uses a lot
everything
of
made in
electricity.
China.
Yeah, China uses a lot of electricity for like to make objects, to make our life easier. So yeah, I feel like it's China and USA. Or Tokyo.
Like, think about
Tokyo is not that much involved, but still has like, I feel like every country has impacted climate change. But like the two countries that have impacted climate change the most is USA, China, and probably Tokyo and Japan.
Yeah, because if you think about it, most of the things you see are made in China. But think about it, for like stuff that would like feed or fill 7.9 billion people plus, because people make duplicate of objects. So think about it, there's like probably like 30 billion, 50 billion, 100 billion stuff that are made in China. Imagine how much gas is going into the air. And if like, you can't even count to 1 million, so think about it, 7.9.
Yeah, the
I
carbon.
mean, 100 billion, that's so much. It'd be absolutely a lot. So, do you think that the climate change convincing helps, or do people just ignore it?
I really don't know how to answer that question, not gonna lie.
So I think that when people like try to convince people in the climate change, I feel like some people, they just, a lot of the time they ignore it. Like if someone told me, oh, become vegan today, become vegan today, of course I would still decline the offer. So generally, like, there is of course some people who would of course stop, but broadly, most people, if someone said, oh, stop driving and take a bike instead, or oh, stop eating or eat less meat, people wouldn't do that. So people just take the message for granted.
Humans, I feel like humans, not all humans obviously, I don't want to be, yeah. So I feel like humans are just, sometimes we're just selfish.
Yeah.
We don't think about our actions, we think about the way it benefits us. Like we don't think about the way that can affect other people. We only think about us and the pleasure it gives us to do what we're doing. So yeah, I feel like obviously if a person comes to me right now, like exactly like you said, if they come to me right now saying that, oh yeah, he should become vegan, I'll obviously ignore it. I won't really think much of it because I know that I can't be vegan. I don't want to be vegan. It's my choice, my personal choice, and I don't feel like I have that much of a choice. But yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I wouldn't become vegan. If someone comes to me right now saying that, oh no, you should become vegan, I'll say no. I won't say no, probably I'll just ignore you. Like you can't just tell me what to do. You can't convince me. You can't, like, you know, the way people trying to put religion on other people. Not the way people trying to provide, like, me, I'm Christian right now, but like I'm trying to make other people, like, I'm not trying to make other people, yeah, I am, but like, actually, I'm not trying to force you into my religion. I'm just trying to teach you about I'm trying to teach you about my religion. Like, I'm trying to tell you, oh, this is what my religion does. This is why you should join it. I'm not telling you that you have to. I'm saying that you could join it if you want to. So like, you can't just go around telling people, force people to be vegan. Like, who does that? You can't. You just, it's not cool. It's not something you do.
So, do you think that smoking and drugs impact climate change?
I don't know about drugs, but I know that smoking does affect it because a lot of people smoke, especially back then in the 1980s or something like that. Yeah. But like, it's now reducing because people start to vape. People don't smoke that much, they vape now. So it's not really affecting climate change that much, but it's still affecting you.
Yeah. Like, because people have switched. Actually, I've not even seen someone smoke in a while, actually. I just noticed. I've not seen someone actually smoke a cigarette in a while.
It's only like the only people I've seen smoking cigarettes are, you know, people that
usually younger who smoke like vapes.
Yeah, people that are on their 50s, 60s. That's the only people I've seen vaping right now. But not smoking. But like vaping, I only see, you know, people like, you know, people that are like 12, 13, 14, other people. They just vape.
Yeah. I personally, I feel like people think it's cool. It's not really cool.
I feel like they feel like they have to do it. But like, it's not making you popular. You get what I'm saying? It's not making you known. Like, it's not gonna make people look at you differently. You smoking,
people are gonna think that's like some cool trend, but at the same time, it can't be a trend.
It's not a trend.
They're gonna be the ones addicted. So it can't be a trend if you're gonna keep doing it.
Every single action you do has its own consequences. So what you do now, you might think other people look at you and think that, oh yeah, look at this girl, wow, she's so cool, she's so great, she's so confident. Look at the way she like vaping, she can't even vape, she can do this. Look at the way she's wearing fake eyelashes. other stuff. Like, it's not making you cool down. It's really not making you cool down.
Yeah, like no
Calm
one's
down.
gonna be doing that.
At this age, you're already doing such things. Like, if you're doing it now, what are you gonna do in the future? What are you gonna do when you're 16?
Yeah. And it won't really look good on
Yeah,
your
it's not. Yeah,
digital footprint.
yeah, it won't
Because
look
when
good
you're on a
at all.
job and you're there taking pictures of you when you're like 13, 14, 12 with a cigarette
Yeah,
in your hand when you're applying for a job, because they still go through your social medias and they still search you up and find you. That won't look good on your job interview. That's one thing. Um, how do you think climate change affects everyday people?
um, you know, because in other countries, like other countries that don't have the natural resources we have, right? I think that it affects them more. Like, yeah, it does. Like, like, let's use Nigeria, my home country. So, Nigeria, climate change affects Nigeria a lot because it doesn't rain a lot. It's just so sunny. Like, Africa is so sunny. Like, it's most of the place that there's sand everywhere.
I
There's
think
not
it's like the equator.
yeah, definitely. Because that is it closer? Yeah, they're closer to the
Yeah.
equator. They're closer to the equator. So climate change affects us this way. Like, when you get when your house is flooded, especially in winter. Because
Mm.
I saw a news round the way snow, the way it affected USA, and they couldn't go to work, they couldn't use the cars. It was just so
Yeah.
snow. It was so cold. So yeah,
It's like
it doesn't.
fires and everything.
Yeah. So it doesn't affect me. It hasn't affected me so far, but I can see online that it affects other people.
Mm. Um, should art be done on tablets and devices rather than paper? Since we use a lot of paper, so do you think that art should be on
Yeah.
tablets and devices instead?
Yeah. I know it's not because we use. I know it's not good either way because to draw on paper, right, we cut off the trees, but to draw online, we use electricity, which is not good. It's good to use electricity, but it's not that good if you take it for advantage. So it's bad either way, but I think it's better if you use, like, if you do your homework online. It's not as easy as when you do it on paper, but like, might as well just try your best because yeah, you, like, right now, as I said before, it doesn't affect me, but like, it affects other people. Don't always be thinking about you, be thinking about other people as well. Like, the world is not only about you and
Yeah.
what you see.
Some people just generally don't realize that people are so self-centered and focused on themselves. Um, if we stopped producing paper, then supplies will go down. Do you agree or disagree with this statement?
I feel like I agree with the statement.
Yeah, like, because if people stop producing paper, then do you think supplies will go down? Like, do you think
Yeah.
less stuff will be produced?
I feel like, yeah, less stuff will be produced
Yeah.
because paper is also useful. Even so, yeah, it is useful. Like,
Because paper is used for a lot of things, like
yeah,
printing,
and I also
drawing,
feel bad,
writing.
for the people, for the homeless people that don't have enough money, for the poor people that don't have enough money to, like, well, not poor people, but like for the people that don't earn enough to, like, get tablet or get iPad or get a phone and all that. You have to think about them as well because how are they gonna do their homework? How are they gonna do what they have to do? Because some people, like, it's not easy to get, like, right now, what I'm using right now to chat with you and do this thingy, this thingy, right? Yeah, well, I'm using my phone to do it right now, but not a lot of people can can afford a phone. So, like, I'm also thinking about them because I know that not everyone can have what I have.
Yeah. So if the population decreased, do you think climate change will ease down?
Yes, a lot. But we have more natural resources. it won't really affect. We have more food because there won't be that much amount of people to feed. Like yeah, you actually
Yeah.
will.
Do you think that overpopulation is the cause for climate change?
Depends.
But it still have something to do with it in a way. So yeah, do
Like
you think healthcare is impacting climate change?
no, I don't think healthcare is impacting climate change like that. Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
No, it's not really. It's helping. It's just helping other people.
If we had no healthcare,
They will all die at a young age.
yeah, and then it won't really be that. So because if we had like the healthcare, I feel like the only way someone would actually think that it's affecting it is if, you know, like, maybe like, I don't know if like maybe factories, how people like scientists, factory this, factory that. I don't know. I don't know if they make healthcare products in factories, but maybe that's why someone would think that. If climate change still existed in 2050, what do you think would happen?
That was that could have actually wow. In 2050, like I can see people are already planning. It's 2022 right now, and a lot of people are planning a lot of like using more electricity in the future, like making flying cars, making robots, making when you want to transport to other places, right? Yeah, they want to make that easier and all that, but people are not thinking that electricity electricity affects climate change a lot. So by 2050, I feel like climate change will be severe, like severe.
Yeah, and they've also got like electric cars, I think.
Yeah,
But that is actually better for the environment than the ones we use
it
now
is
with gas.
yeah.
So do you think that animals play a part in climate change?
I don't think about it. I don't think so. I don't feel like they have that much. They're not that much involved. They're not that involved in climate change.
No, I don't really think.
I mean,
they don't do anything. I guess maybe
yeah,
poo. I don't know if poo affects it, but okay, maybe. I don't know.
I feel like the only bad thing is like they eat each other, and it makes the animals extinct. But like they don't really have a huge part in climate change.
But they actually kind of make climate change better. Like they kind of like help it at the same time
Yeah,
because
like
people will think, oh, if we kill animals, climate change just kills animals too. So the people will be like, oh, animals? No, they don't need to kill animals. And then people start helping climate change because they care about the animals. So it motivates people to continue fighting against climate
yeah,
change, which is good. Um, does how is climate change affecting the ocean?
the ocean. Plastics. Like it is
Yeah.
affecting the ocean a lot because last year in Mexico, um, the ocean caught fire. Like
Yeah.
as in it was around the world in the news. Like everyone was just thinking about it, especially in school. The teachers were like, "Wow, look what's going on here," and all that. So yeah, it is the ocean, the plastics, and it's affecting the marine animals. If that's the way you say it.
Yeah, I think it's like marine animals.
Yeah. So it is because animals when you feed them, they don't see what you give them to eat. They don't see that what they're eating is bad.
Yeah, so they can't really do
They
much
just
about it
eat
because
it because they think
just
it's
understand
sweet.
different.
Yeah. So most of the time, they die.
Yeah. Does deforestation contribute to climate change?
What?
Does deforestation contribute to climate change?
Let me ask for your opinion first. What do you think?
So, I think climate change. I mean, deforestation. Well,
Yeah.
it does actually do have some things to climate change, because it does do something, because with people cutting down trees, they do it for paper, and they do it to build factories which let out gas in the air. And for paper, more people using paper and stuff like that, recycling. People do not. So next question: do you think that climate change affects our food and farming production?
Yes, because natural resources, right? They affect it because when it floods, no
Yeah.
when when it floods, right? The plants don't grow as much as they used to, and the food stuff not it's just not the same. That's all I'm saying. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
grow as it stops growing, and or it takes a lot of time to grow. And then when it's too dry, when the sun is like right it's a lot harder to grow stuff as well, and it dries the fruits, the vegetables and all that, and it's harder to feed the animals that produce or feed, that the cows and all that. It's harder to make them produce or feed.
So do you know what the UN is?
UN.
Yeah, like
I
United
heard
Nations. You know what they are?
I heard I learned it in primary school, but I forgot. Yeah, I have.
I don't really know much of it too, but do you think the UN, or do you think the Prime Minister of the UK, or the political leaders, the people stuff, do you think they're doing anything about climate change?
I don't feel like they're doing a lot to change what's going on, but I feel like they're doing something. They're not trying the best to make it stop, to make it decrease, but at least they're doing something. They're doing something because the population, like, they're asking for change now. They're not asking for change like in 3-5 years. They're asking for the change right now. So obviously he has to do it, or he'll get you get me? Like people will stop. People will stop. As people will just, how should I say it?
People
People will
stop
just stop
liking him.
counting on him. Yeah, they stop counting on him and stuff. Like they won't count on
Yeah.
him no more. They don't feel like he's a good leader for the country.
Yeah. So do you know who Mark Rober is?
No.
You know who Mr. Beast is?
Yeah.
So Mark Rober is this YouTuber guy. He just makes YouTube videos. Mr. Beast and Mark Rober have this thing that I was talking about called Team Seas, where it's a website. I think it's teamseas.org, and then you donate.
Is it to recycle stuff?
Yeah, I think it's like to donate.
Yeah, the recycle.
And then pick up trash, recycle.
Yeah.
Help
Sorry.
in the seas.
The video.
Yeah, so they're both working together to do that. So, do you think the people like Mark Rober and Mr. Beast are doing more of an impact?
Yeah, they are. They're taking it seriously. Like it's in one of their ambitions. Like they're taking it seriously. At the end of the day, it's just bad. Like it's really bad. It got to a point where the government has to pay people money just to take trash.
Yeah.
Like
That's just crazy.
Just like wow. Like you could do that. You could do that without money. Why do you have to get people?
I know.
Like,
I don't know why people to the fact that I don't know. It's crazy. What do you think is the most dangerous thing about climate change?
It affecting animals. I feel like the worst part of it all is it affecting the animals. Because if you start with, the animals we know today, probably like 5 years, 10 years, you will get them anymore.
Yeah. And I think that because, climate change, since it's becoming increasingly hotter, and it gets really hot, it's starting wildfires like California, Australia, I think in Turkey there was one like
Mexico,
last year. Mexico, yeah. All over the place. So that's killing people, destroying homes. It's all going down because people are so lazy to actually step up and do something about it. Which is kind of bizarre and crazy to me. What do you think the world will be like when climate change ends or
The world would
goes
be,
down?
I feel like the world would be a better place for all of us, especially the
Yeah.
animals as well, because I feel like the animals are suffering the most
Mm.
because obviously they don't have a voice. The
Yeah,
animals
they have no
can't,
clue what's going on.
yeah, exactly. They can't come to you and be like, "Oh, help me! I need help. I need help from this and that." You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like, yeah, it's gonna be a better place for all of us. Like we won't have to worry about all the things we're worrying about right now. Like most of
Yeah.
our problems because we're and Greta Thunberg, we just keep. I feel bad for her. I don't feel bad for her, but like at the same time I do, because for someone to be fighting for something so big for so
Yeah.
long, and people just don't listen to her. You feel like you're weak. You get me? You feel like you're
Yeah.
left. People don't pay attention to you. So I feel bad for her. So I want climate change to, like, if climate change ever gets to a point where it stops, I'll be so happy for her because she accomplished what she wanted in life. Like she got what she wanted in life.
Yeah. So will climate change become fatal in 50 years' time?
Faith, what?
Do you think that climate change can become fatal in 50 years' time?
No.
So do you think that people will start dying because of climate change in 50 years' time?
Yeah, I think so. Because
Yeah.
if it's not fatal now, why would it be fatal in the last 50 years?
Yeah, because like
It's gonna be,
it's becoming increasingly hotter, wildfires, people die to the fires, stuff
but
like that.
we have to move to, like, it gets so bad and we have to move from one country to another just to
Like
survive. Just to
sunburn.
live.
Like I think sun poisoning is something. I think
Yeah.
something like that. Like, it's getting really, really hot. So we're heading up to the last 3 questions now. Can deforestation, like cutting the trees down a lot,
Yeah.
become fatal or could be killed by in 100 years' time?
Yeah, I think so. Probably.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Because if you're cutting the trees down, to make people, or to do factories that are
Yeah,
letting gas out in the air,
but that's
gas out
only
in the
if
air,
we
gas
take
out in the air.
that's only if we take it seriously now. If we don't take it, it
Yeah.
depends. Because if we don't take action now, in the future, obviously nothing's gonna get better. Nothing's gonna get better. Everything's just gonna go bad. It's not gonna wait. It's not gonna go the way we expect it to go. But like, if we keep going and we don't look back and just focus on the future and change your mindset and stop being selfish and thinking only about you and be more open-minded and start thinking about other people as well, I feel like we may actually make it in 100 years.
Should you go vegan because of climate change?
Me?
Like just generally, do you think, or I don't really agree with because people say you should go vegan, but I feel like that's not the right approach. So people should be like, you should eat less meat, not
Yeah.
fully just
Oh,
eat
could
no
you
meat.
or do you like us? Do you want to become vegan? Explain to us, like, show us what being a vegan is.
Yeah, educate someone about it. Don't give a bad impression.
Yeah, exactly. If you give a bad impression, if we like, we want to be a vegan, you know what I'm saying?
Like the
So
vegan teacher and stuff, she's terrible at it.
yeah,
And that leads me on to the next question, which is the last question, which is, what is your opinion on the vegan teacher?
the vegan. Wow. Just the problem, like, wow, this girl on about girl. We won't actually be trying to compare vegan to being racist, supporting LGBTQ, being homophobic. Bro, are you like, the girl's not over? that woman needs to go retire. I'm not joking. Like that, she needs to go retire. She's doing
She
too
looks
much.
like she's crippling to this earth. She
Like,
looks broken.
take a break, bro. Take a break. Like,
She looks like she'll never survive a Popeye's biscuit. She looks like Sprite can kill her.
like, bro. Just that woman needs to like. Why you make on about making song saying that? Oh yeah, it's just me. So look at the way you kill animals. Like, I'm not the one killing them. I'm not the one killing them. Like, it's not me. I'm just eating them. I'm not killing them. Like, they're already dead. I'm eating the dead. I mean, not like that. Not like that. You get. They're already dead. It's not me killing them. It's just me eating them. Like, where are they gonna come? They're already dead. So I still just eat them. So I don't know why.
I think people think it as if you eat them, then people will make more or kill more to people to eat.
Like,
that's what people think of us.
Like, the woman just turned vegan 3 years ago and on about chatting. Like, she ate meat before. Like, she ate meat before. Why is she coming for people that are eating meat now?
Yeah. Like, she gave veganism a very bad impression. Because when people hear vegan, people think of the vegan teacher and how vegans are fussy, this, that. Like, she basically created a stereotype for veganism, people within veganism culture.
Like, the way she just look at the way people are making news about her, she's still going. Like, obviously, I'm not saying that it's not going, but like, bro, like, think, okay, if it's one person hitting you, like, okay, it doesn't matter because someone's always gonna judge. But like, if it's a whole community judging you, that obviously you gotta stop, look at yourself and think, bro, where am I going wrong? Like, what should I change about this and that? The woman still be going. Like, the woman
she's coming for big companies, like for example McDonald's or KFC. McDonald's makes more money than her. McDonald's can literally pay a hitman to assassinate her. Like, bro, McDonald's, KFC, they're way higher than you. They make more money than you. They could literally pay someone to kill you. They make way more money than you do, or you would have.
Exactly. No, they can make more money than you make in like one.
They can make more money than you can in a day than you can ever. So, you know. So, yeah, that is the end of this podcast episode. And at the end of the podcast, I always say a beautiful quote. And all the quotes are made by me at the top of my head and stuff like that. So, season 2, episode 6's quote is: climate change is a problem in need of fixing. Corona is out, so stop mixing. And that's the quote of this episode. So yeah. Anna, what did you think of it? I generally thought pretty good. Nice episode. Pretty good. So Anna.
Yeah?
What did you think of it?
What did I think of what? Sorry.
Today's episode. How did you think it went? It was good. What you like?
I think it was really fun and it was interesting. It's something I would obviously do again because it's a Saturday. I have nothing to do, so it kept me really busy, and I learned a lot of stuff by this podcast. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast episode, season 2, episode 6. If you did not forget to subscribe to my podcast, check out the YouTube channel, MiraStar YT, MIRASTAR space YT on YouTube. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.